Hari Om, Swami G, respected seekers and dear devotees of Swami G. Indeed, very happy to share that this event is actually a reality. My salutations and prostrations to Swami G for having accepted to visit the board of the Wisdom Foundation. In fact, the entire Wisdom family, the Wisdom Parivar, are wholeheartedly extend our invitation to this abode. I must also take a mention of Sethuramanji. It is his ability to bridge. The word Setu is to bridge. And he has the remarkable ability to bridge, connect, and make something out of it. And this gathering is an earnest effort of his. I had met Kiranji in the early 2000s in Singapore, and I've known him over the years. I've addressed in the Indica Moksha gathering some time ago. I had a blessed opportunity of meeting Swamiji and his residence not long ago. So when there was this occasion of Indica wanting to honor Swamiji, Setuji started doing his brilliant act of connecting dots of my familiarity with Indica, of my association with Swamiji, little association, and a genuine intent for Swamiji to actually visit here and bless the premise and the effort. And it couldn't be any better than this, I must say that. So thank you, Swamiji, for your time and being here amidst us. I did not want to say anything in this gathering, to be frank. And it's more than once. I understand Swamiji was very particular that I address the gathering. And that message came very clearly through Setuji to me. Because everybody here would be wanting to hear his words of wisdom, including myself. And I'm very fortunate and humble sharing the platform and stage with him. Since he was very keen, I shall share some thoughts which will only nothing but echo with all of you. I would not take long, but perhaps just give a bird's eye view as to what this wisdom is. So if you look at humanity at large, everybody is running behind two things in life. Everybody is trying to constantly keep acquiring, and having acquired, they want to enjoy what they've acquired. This is the madness of mankind. As Adi Shankaracharya in Bhaj Govindam, he says, these two primary purposes are for the primary reasons, which is dukkha nivritti and sukha prapti. You are acquiring only to avoid some sorrow you believe might occur in the future. And having acquired, one day you want to enjoy. That day never comes because everybody is busy acquiring. Nobody has time to acquire what they have. As is a very famous English saying, and I remember this in my early 90s when I joined the ashram. The ashram sandwiched between Pune and Mumbai, a small patch of land where the ashram was those days. And the entire surrounding areas were beautiful villas, huge villas. always deserted. Nobody used to be there. And we used to see our boys' hostel compound wall was right behind those bungalows. And once in a year, we used to see some activity. People from Mumbai come and they enjoy that scenic place, sandwiched between the two mountain ranges, Malavli, Lonavala. If you have been there, you know how scenic that place is. And what struck me is these people are busy acquiring, but they don't come and enjoy. Who are the fellows enjoying? The servants. Fresh air, beautiful weather. They are paid for to enjoy. Nothing to do. How many times will you mop the floor, sweep the floor, clean the cobwebs? How many times will you do in a year? That many times you can clean. There's nothing beyond that to clean. And that's when a famous English saying, I don't know how many of you have heard it, an English saying which says, fools build houses, wise live in them. That day I realized I don't want to be a fool. I don't want to be running behind money, trying to acquire because I'm making a fool of myself. Because the first step of spirituality is realizing that there is no contentment, there is no satisfaction in that pursuit. You all have far greater experience than me, and I don't have to tell that to you. But the moment you realize that there is no satisfaction, that very moment you turn inward. Spirituality is an introverted journey. And the moment you turn inward, there is a guru waiting for you. Many people say that, oh, I missed an opportunity, I missed that, I missed this. Sorry, sir, you were not ready because you were busy running behind something. And spiritual path is an uncharted path. So you need a guru to guide you in that journey. And you cannot traverse that journey without a guru. And I can relate how pregnant your words were when you were glorifying Swami G. I could relate to it from a sadhak, from a student. If I were to pour my gratitude, if I were to... So I can relate to that feeling which cannot be captured in words. And I could sense the language barrier which can't convey the gratitude to a guru. You cannot. In fact, in all the relationship we have, the guru-shishya relationship is the most profound of all. Not for the sheer fact that you place guru at a very high pedestal, even above your parents or whoever. The only fundamental reason is the only relationship that liberates you is a guru-shishya parampara, a relationship. Every other relationship is binding you, is limiting you, is in fact the reason for your downfall. Remember this. My child, my son, my wife, my, all you're bound to that attachment. But the moment you say my guru, it liberates you from everything else. And a true guru ultimately wants to liberate you from that worship of that personality as well. That's what only a true guru does. No guru wants you to worship the personality. If a guru wants his personality to be worshipped, then there's a hidden agenda. He is not a true guru as far as my limited knowledge is concerned. You should only follow the teachings, never the personality, as Vidyama had stated. So all that which the Shastras are sharing with us are actual experiences of men of realization. Nothing short of it. And every mantra is known as a Manjarika Stotra, which only means like a bouquet of flower. X number of verses means a bouquet of flowers, like there's a bouquet here, it is just an assemblage of some beautiful, lovely flowers. Now, don't worry, I'm not taking too long. I want to convey this idea. When you look at a flower, there are three things. One is the exterior. It has a literary beauty. You get a little closer to the flower. What do you feel? Nice fragrance. I'm getting some fragrance from here. If you want, you must come and feel it. Nice fragrance, fresh flowers. And then you go deep into the bowels of the flower. There is that nectar, honey. The three things. One is from a distance, it's beautiful. Come closer, there's a fragrance. Deep in the flowers, in the bowels of the flower, there's the essence, which is the honey. And every shloka, every mantra is like a flower. So when you approach the Shastras, what do you see? From a distance, you see the beauty. You see how melodious the shlokas are. How the Vedic chanting is so elevating, is so soothing, is so appeasing. The Sanskrit language is such a beauty that you may get lost in the language itself. That's what the famous words, the chorus by Adi Shankaracharya, he says, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate, Samprapte San Nihite Kale, Nahi Nahi Rakshati Dukran Karane. So vast majority of spiritual seekers are lost in the exterior, mere language or the mere melody of the Shastras. That is like admiring the beauty of a flower from a distance. Some go beyond the literary beauty and get into the fragrance of the Shastras. What is the fragrance? The fragrance are the tools of applied philosophy. How this knowledge tells us how to get along with life. All that you're complaining in life are mere pinpricks of life. If I take a pin and prick you, you do feel that prick. The biggest problem that you have in life is a mere pinprick. So the moment you get into the fragrance of the literature, the Shastras, you feel all the problems disappear. But then the real seekers go into the they only want the honey, the nectar. It doesn't matter where the flower is. It can be in the gutters or it can be in the presidential palace. What does the bee does? Can we have that verse? I just wanted to chant that very famous words from the Dhyana Shlokas. The Dhyana Shloka is an invocatory text to the Bhagavad Gita. And there's a mention of this, what the wise men do, what the real seekers do. What do they do? He compares a pure intellect, he compares a true seeker to a bee which goes into the flowers and draws the honey day in and day out. There you all go, some of you who may not know the verse, you can follow on the screen. Parascharya saroja mamalam Gitarthagandhotkatham Nanakhyanaka kesaram harikadha Sambodhana bodhitam. This is the section I wanted to say. Loke sajjana shatpadairaharaha Pepiyamanam mudha Bhuyad Bharat Pankajam Kalimala Pradhvamsina Shreyase. And to those seekers who want that honey, a true guru like Swami Tattvavidananda Garu will appear. So all you need to do is you must be ready for it. A knowledge will come, a guru will come and transform you and give you the real purpose of life, which is to realize thyself. If you are interested in anything other than that, as the Shastras say, Mahati Vinashti, it's a supremely great loss. You don't know what you're missing. Again, I have no words to thank Swami G for being here, and thank one of all of you, one and all who have taken the time to make this evening a very memorable for all of us. And I would say, please hold on for the real speech which follows. Thank you. Hari Om.
Thank you, Guruji. Now, I think, like Guruji said, we're all waiting for Swamiji to give his talk. I request Swamiji to kindly address the audience.
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Okay. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Shri Ganeshaya Namah. Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Padyantam Vande Guru Paramparam Atmaswarupa Bandhugana. I am filled with a sense of joy and gratitude for all the nice words spoken by many of you, and I am grateful to the Advaita Academy for giving this prestigious award to this Swami, and friends Shivakumar, Shri Udumudi, Srimati Kavita. Kavita is also very much involved, and Vidya Murugan Amagaru, and the young lady Divya Murugan, Shri Nagaraj Ji, all of them were involved in making this function the way it happened till now. And of course, as Shri vinayji pointed out, Seturamanji is the main person behind all this organization, and I am grateful to all of them. And many friends spoke many nice words. So I express my joy and gratitude to all of them. Now, I knew Advaita Academy from its early days of inception, and I was associated with the Academy in those days. They were recording some of my classes, and when they requested to record a few classes, I said, I don't like to speak to the mic, to the camera. Please come to the class. When I take a class, when the students are there, you come there and record the class. Instead of my sitting in a chair and the cameraman will be there and speak on a topic, that doesn't inspire me. And so that becomes very artificial. And hence, please come to the class and record the class. That will be very natural thing, a natural environment. And so they used to do that. At that time, I was teaching in Brahmavidya Kutir in Diamond Point Center, and a few of those classes were recorded. And then I was teaching in Shivananda, and they were there also. They came and recorded, and those classes were relayed on the website of Advaita Academy. And then I am a pujari of many houses kind of thing. So I was in California taking a series of classes on Dakshinamurti Stotram, and then Advaita Academy was there. They provided all the required material or instrumentation for recording and then relaying on their website. Then when I was in Toronto, they have followed me to Toronto also. And so, like that, many of my classes were relayed by Advaita Academy in those days. And then there was a gap of a few years for many reasons. Main reason could be that I am not participating in a full way. That so you come and record. More than that, I was not doing anything else. But then they conducted a Shankaracharya Jayanti function in a big way, and invited many scholars to give talks. And then one of the organizers asked me, we would want you to give a talk on Karana Karyavadaha in Advaita Vedanta. So I gave the talk, and it was relayed all through the websites of the Advaita Academy. And then the talk has come in, it became very popular among the students of Vedanta. And then it came as a essay also in one of the books. So this is how I was in association with the Advaita Academy for many years, from its very inception till a few months back. And I assume that they have decided to confer this award to this Swami based on the recommendations of some of the good students. And so I am grateful to all of them. Then this is the first public function that I am addressing after many years. In recent times, I was not going to any public functions. I was only taking classes, but this is an exception to that. And I am glad to come to Wisdom Foundation, this place. Sri Seturamanji and Sri Vinayji were inviting me for some time now. And today, that is the day. Today is the day for coming here and enjoying the presence of all of you in this beautiful place. Sri Vinayji was very kind, and he is very hospitable in many ways. He is a great teacher of Vedanta in his own right. And he gave me one of his books. So I went through the book. Generally, I don't allow any book to go out of my hand before I go through it. This is a habit, a vyasanam you may call it if you wish. And so that book is a very good book. I very much appreciated that book. He wrote a very beautiful book for the students of Vedanta. Now, so I thank all of you for coming here to attend this function. In fact, my nature is, or my habit or my nature, it is very natural to me, very spontaneous, that I look upon people as friends, not as shishyas. The word shishya, if there is one shishya in this world, that is me. So, and I did not do it. Maybe one can do it, nothing wrong in it, but somehow, I am telling you frankly, very, the word of the heart I am telling you, in this consciousness, the word Guru to this Swami, it doesn't exist. I put it in a very roundabout way, like this is the nose kind of thing. I do not consider myself as a guru. That is what I wanted to say. So that is all I wanted to say. So, but still, in a given context, some gauna prayogaha, it can be done. And so the Advaita Academy people have given the title to me and then awarded the title also. So I am grateful to them. I am guided by one great message by Swami Ramsukhadas Ji Maharaj. I used to attend his satsanga in Rishikesh, and he said, "Jo sabko guru manta hai, wo hi guru ho sakta hai." He said like that. He used to say. Therefore, and I was also inspired by the Dattatreya Gita, which I used to teach in those days, from Uddhava Gita, which is part of Ekadasha Skandha of Srimad Bhagavatam. So Dattatreya Maharshi, he says he has learned many things from Many people, even from a concubine called Pingala, he has learned something. And from a meat seller, he learned something. Like that, Dattatreya Maharshi used to go around and kind of aimless wandering. That is how the Maharshi was. That is the real spirit of Vedanta, the aimless wandering. Suppose you have aim, what aim will be? That will be part of this world and not worth pursuing in any case. Therefore, in that kind of an aimless wandering, he came across many gurus. And so he describes all those gurus. Kumari, like that. And now if I enter into it, it will take a lot of time. So, so that is how I was looking at myself as a wanderer, nothing more than that. But if all nice people like you come together and decide to confer a title upon the Swami is amenable to that also. I don't mind it, okay? In fact, I welcome it. Then what to speak on this occasion? I was wondering. And I was consulting my good friend Sri Dr. Sharmagaru while coming. Hey, what shall I speak? If I start speaking, my mind, it may become politically incorrect also, possibly. Then Dr. Sharmagaru told me, you speak your mind. Don't worry about all of that. You speak your mind. And then, having arranged such a great function, I should do some justice to that from my side also. Therefore, I will say a few things which I have scribbled while coming. So I will tell something about Guru. If you read Shankara's Bhashyas carefully, you will notice some unique expressions of Shankara. And one of those expressions, which came quite a few times in the Bhashyas, in Prasthanatraya Bhashyas, is Shastracharyopadesham. Why the mic is okay? The sound is okay? Shastracharyopadesham is an expression that is repeated by Shankara quite often in the Bhashyas. In the Gita Bhashya it comes, and of course in Upanishad Bhashyas, in particular Ishavasya, and in Brahma Sutra Bhashyas, everywhere it comes. The Acharya, Shankara, so he talks of Upadesha. Upadesha, it has to be correctly, if it can be translated correctly as an instruction. That is Upadesha. What happened is, the Upadesha has acquired some ritualistic context. So, people, what they do, they collect all the relatives and friends and all that. There will be a lot of Gana Bhajana also will be there, and all lot of food being served. And then one person gets Upadesha from a guru. And it is supposed to be secret. When you arrange, collect so much of fanfare, how can the blessed thing can be secret? But they believe or they pretend that it is all a secret. You know what they do? They purchase a costly kanchi, silk, dhoti, and the guru and the shishya sit on a big platform with many videographers and photographers busy, and then they put that dhoti around them, and inside that dhoti, the guru poo-poos or some, he whispers some mantra into the ears of the shishya. And now it is considered as Upadesha. What is Upadesha in it, I don't know. Quite often, more often than not, the guru may not be knowing the mantra that he is instructing the shishya. And of course, the shishya anyway doesn't know the meaning. And now all under that silken, very costly dhoti to cover, to make it secret. What is secret in it? Just because you put a dhoti around the heads, that becomes a secret or what? So this way, you take the letter of the word Upadesha and violate the spirit of it entirely. This is how people do mantropadesha and all that. That is not that context or that ritual doesn't deserve the word Upadesha. Upadesha is instruction. What is the instruction? Suppose I say something in an archaic language to you and you just repeat it. Will that become an instruction? Certainly not. Therefore, so Upadesha is instruction. Like we were coming to this place and suppose I did not know the path correctly, and then I see an auto driver and ask him, sir, this place I have to go, where it is. So he tells me, sir, go like this and turn right. That is Upadesha. Because he instructed me the direction to reach the goal. And then what I do now about that instruction, immediately take notes, write in a notebook and take notes so that I can visit it after some time again. And then by heart that notes. Is that what I do with that? No. Just understand it. If any doubt is there, ask him one more time and understand what he is saying and implement it then and there and reach the goal. That is called Upadesha. Whereas you can convert the Upadesha into a kind of intellectual acquirement or accumulation and keep it in the head or write it and keep it in the notes so that you can visit it later and get some satisfaction that I have Upadesha with me now and I revisit it on and off also. But then, did you experience it in life? No. It is in the notes and it is in the brain cells. It is not part of the experience. It is not in the heart. So such a thing, it cannot be called an Upadesha. So Upadesha is an instruction given by a person who knows. If you want to call him Guru, it is up to you. So the person instructs and the student receives the instruction, understands it, and then lives it from that moment onwards. That is the Upadesha, the significance of the word Upadesha. And then the Upadesha, who has to give the Upadesha? Acharya has to give the Upadesha. So Acharya is Achinoti cha Shastrartham. He knows the Shastra, understands it well, and he can expound it well, and he can help the other person to know it. That is the Acharya. Acharya sthapayatyapi. And the Acharya is the one who helps the student to live the Upadesha. Acharya is living. And Swayam Acharatyapi. The Acharya is one who has that Upadesha which he is imparting to the other person, who has that instruction in his own life, and he knows what it is from the first-hand experience, from his heart. He knows what it is. That's why he is speaking it. Without knowing, he doesn't speak. So, otherwise, what is the value of that Upadesha? The teacher doesn't know it, the student doesn't know it, and then the teaching goes on, and the people write notes, and then they assume that they have studied this text, but remain in samsara. There is no inner transformation. So that is not, it is not really Upadesha. If you still want to call it Upadesha, then it becomes a Gaunam. We have a way of accommodating that also. It is not primarily the Upadesha. Primary Upadesha is only when you listen to the Acharya, the instruction, and then understand it and live it. And living follows understanding. If there is understanding, life follows automatically. It is something like somebody said there is a ditch there. If you are going this way, there is a ditch. This is the example given by Shankara only. And if somebody instructs you about the presence of a ditch in that path, then when you go that way, you carefully watch and avoid the ditch. That is the Upadesha. It is as simple as that. And the one who knows gives the Upadesha, Acharya Upadesha. And how the one who knows, how does he know it? He knows it from Shastra. So I have many things to say, but I will make it very brief. You see, you come across many gurus in the world. Many gurus, they are gurus, but they don't have any connection to the Shastra. They never studied any Shastra. I'm sorry to say they may not even know Sanskrit. And they may not even know Vibhaktis, Rama Shabdam also they may not know. But they become gurus. But many gurus are there. In fact, I'm not saying anything against anybody. Maybe that kind of gurus are also needed. How they became gurus? Not by Shastra. Shastra they don't know. But then they become gurus. In fact, they are the religious leaders. That is the correct word. Religious leaders. And they pursued some upasana, some Puranic upasana, and whatever that means, some mantra japam, this and that for some time, and some elaborate pujas, etc., performed for some time. And now they promote that upasana, and so they encourage their shishyas, the public, to pursue that upasana, and sometimes they discourage some other upasana also. That is also there. Saying that my upasana is superior to other person's upasana. Like that, they become the religious icons. And the society looks at them as gurus. That tells very poorly on the whole structure. That only shows that the society doesn't know what a guru is, and they are not in a big hurry to learn anything, and they are not looking for any instruction. Mostly they are looking for tirtham and prasadam. And that is how the religious leaders, they serve a purpose in the society. They are the religious icons of the religion, and therefore they are serving the society and the function of religion in the society. And but strictly speaking, they are not the acharyas, because they don't have any connect to the shastra. Therefore, in this context, you cannot call them really gurus, but they are called gurus. The real Shastra people are not called gurus, but they are called gurus. That is how the society functions. But in this context, I will say, at least for the students of Vedanta, they are not gurus. They are religious icons. They instruct the public in the practices of religion and belief systems, and they have a place in the society and in the social structure. That is all great. But strictly speaking, they are not gurus, because they do not fit into that expression Shastracharyopadesha. You have to get three things in place. One is Upadesha by an Acharya who is an expert in the Shastra. And when the Shastra is missing, then what kind of guru it is? So this is one thing people have to understand. And then, you see, they still call guru. You cannot contest the word. Suppose people use the word, you cannot contest it. No, they should not use the word guru. You cannot contest it like that. It's a democratic society, and the language offers all possibilities. Like a computer guru, you can still use the word. Means there the word guru means expert. Only that much. It doesn't fit into Shastra Charyopadesham. That is the expression relevant only for the students of Vedanta. That doesn't fit everywhere. And therefore, I should not come and say, don't use the word guru, you don't use the word guru, you don't use the word guru. I cannot say like that. You cannot dictate to the society. Only we understand, as students of Vedanta, they are not gurus. So having said that, now let us come to Vedanta. In Vedanta, there are many gurus, many acharyas. They are imparting this knowledge to many students. But there is one pitfall that the students of Vedanta should be careful to judge, to understand, to notice and avoid. There is one pitfall. And that is the psychological dependence. So, whether the students learn anything or not, what is the meaning of learning? Learning is meaningful only when there is that inner transformation. Suppose you study many texts, but still remain a samsari without any inner transformation. How can you call that upadesha? How can you call that learning? But still, it goes in the name of guru, shishya, teaching, etc. All that paraphernalia is put in place without any inner transformation. You find such a situation in the world. World is a very funny place, and so you find all possible scenarios in the world. Therefore, that kind of a situation where there is no focus on the inner transformation, there is only focus on the part of the guru to teach the text, and focus on the part of the teacher to learn the text so that he can teach again and he become a guru. So, you mind if I take another few minutes? You see, once a student of Vedanta came across Sri Ramakrishna. Rather, it is the other way also, you can say. Sri Ramakrishna came across a student of Vedanta and he asked the Vedanta student, why are you studying Vedanta? So the question is a bit perplexing, and so the student was a bit unable to respond. Then the Acharya, the Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he gave two options. So let me elaborate my question. That is what he said, and he asked, are you studying Vedanta because you will become a Vedanta teacher in future, and all the Shishyas and people of the world will bring nice gifts and other dakshinas to you, and you will get very good food and a nice place to live and wonderful clothes and all other privileges of the upper middle class and rich people. All those privileges you will get by becoming an Acharya of Vedanta. Is that the reason that you are studying Vedanta? That is one option, option A. Then or option B, you want to gain that inner transformation of the consciousness which is worldly has to be transformed into a spiritual consciousness, the consciousness of spirituality. Is that transformation is the goal of studying Vedanta? Are you studying Vedanta for what? So, suppose you are studying Vedanta for the second one, then you are likely to miss many advantages of the first one. That is also possible. So, be careful. So, therefore, when Vedanta study becomes that kind of a ritualistic, and gurus teach and students learn to become again teachers of Vedanta, and they pat their back saying that we are preserving the tradition, we are taking the tradition forward, and so such great expressions can give us a lot of consolation to fill the gap of not learning any real Vedanta. So this also can happen, and it happens in the society. It happens all the time. So society follows Murphy's law most of the time. A thing can go wrong, then it goes wrong. So therefore, this kind of a psychological dependence, in that situation, there is no inner transformation, only there is teaching. Teacher and student are, Guru and Shishya are there, very much in their place. Shishya remains a Shishya for the life. They have decided that they are the Shishyas for life. They have decided because that is very convenient, And the Guru is, of course, a Guru for the life. Therefore, this is what is called Gurudom. And this has entered Vedanta circles very much. In a big way, it has entered. And so, this is what my friend Dr. Sharma Ji told me, be frank and you go ahead and speak. So, therefore, this is the occasion when I wanted to say that the students of Vedanta should not have psychological dependence upon the Guru. When they are not learning Vedanta, only they are studying it, repeating it, reciting it, writing notes, and becoming a very scholarly, accumulating all that knowledge, but not really learning. That is not learning. Accumulation of knowledge is not learning. So, learning is altogether a different cup of tea. Therefore, when the students do not learn, they accumulate knowledge, but they do not learn, they start depending upon the Guru psychologically. And it happens the other way also. The Guru also depends upon the Shishyas psychologically. Therefore, like it is said, East is East and West is West kind of thing. Guru remains Guru, Shishya remains Guru, Shishya. Guru depends upon Shishya psychologically. Shishya depends upon Guru psychologically. And then there is a mutual exploitation also. This is a very dangerous trend that is there in the society. I'm not talking of some imagined thing. It is very much there. Not only there, it is prevalent also unless you take a great precaution. So I only suggest to the students of Vedanta, why should I suggest like this? Why should I go against the established norms of public address and the normal way of things, and go beyond that and suggest this? Why should I do that? What is the thing that makes me speak in this way? That is my love for the students of Vedanta. That is the only, it is a labor of love and nothing else. Having come to study Vedanta, I don't want you to go astray. I want you to get the best of the teaching and the instruction. And so your life must be transformed. That inner transformation is the watchword, that is the benchmark. Without that, the whole blessed thing has the tendency to degenerate into Gurudom. Please don't allow that to happen. You please take every single precaution in that direction. So learn Vedanta, not accumulate. Now accumulating knowledge is not learning Vedanta. It is not like calculus or something else. So learn it like an instruction. The example I have given, you learn it. You do not, you and a study of Vedanta should not make you depend upon the Guru psychologically, and don't allow the Guru to exploit also. So, as Sri vinayji told about the Guru's Lakshanam, or some other speakers spoke, so the trappings of Gurudom should be totally avoided, and the students of Vedanta should not focus on the persona of the Guru. They should focus on the instruction only. And remember the Shankara's advice, Shastracharyopadesham. I hope I have made a point clear. I could use a lot more time to explain it in much greater detail, but enough is enough. Thank you all for making this function a great success. And once again, I thank Sri Advaita Academy for giving this award to this Swami. Harihi Om Tat Sat, Shri Krishna Arpanamastu.
Thank you, Swami Ji. I have no words to tell what we all got from your great talk.
You made my day.
Thank you, Krishna.